Ahem. Hello, everybody. I am the Foxboy Axe with the Sonic Facts allegedly here at the Hedgehog Zone, where you are welcome. And as you see before us, we are going to be talking about Sonic X Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings. Before I get to that, real quick, I also have somebody with me.
Golden Momotaro!
What is up, Hedgehog Zone fans? I'm the co-host with the most insanity intros and logos, Geo.
Wow, that
This
that was something.
this looks good.
And then not only that, but again, we have someone else.
I'm Hailey, the Red Cat.
Hello, Hailey. Hello, Geo. Hello, D-Man.
Hi, D-Man.
So
it's
go ahead.
Man. So it's come to this Sonic Generations featuring Shadow from the Sonic the Hedgehog TM series.
Trademark.
Oh, that reminds me. The trademark, you can't even like see it in the thing logo, but whatever, it's fine. Oh, are you leaning on this? I'm sorry. No,
sorry.
go ahead.
Hi.
Anyways, so yes, I have to be honest with you. First off, I lost track of whatever was going on, and I didn't realize that this was coming up today, and we just happened to come across it earlier when it happened, and it was short notice, so I didn't have a stream ready, and I wasn't willing to wait. So all three of us have seen this already, but if you don't know what's going on and you haven't seen it, and let's face it, you know what's going on and you have, but just in case you haven't, they showed a preview of Sonic X Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings, and it's crazy. So how about we just go ahead and watch it again real quick, because we're gonna be scrubbing through it anyways. Hailey, you okay? Okay, yeah. Let's just go ahead and watch it, right, Gio?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do this.
Here we go. Okay, here we go.
To show you that bond in action. In motion, we have an exclusive preview of the animated prologue from Studio GigX. Please enjoy.
Professor Gerald made me the ultimate life form. I should be the key to all manner of medicines, curing you.
First off, the animation looks great.
It looks bad.
You and Grandfather are doing your best. I'm just as happy to spend time with you here while you both research.
It was at this point that we freaked out. Like, we're like, wait, it makes sense.
Hedgehogs.
Robot was heading towards Grandfather's lab. Shadow, you have to save him!
No! Whoa.
About that later.
I'll handle this. Just wait here. I'll be back. I promise.
Okay, I like this shot.
It's a good shot.
It's an extremely good shot. Let's go!
It doesn't get any more anime than that. So, okay. First off.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I was reading the comments. No, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, okay. So the animation is good. About what it's as good as I expected, but it's not the style that I expected, because it doesn't look the same as the Knuckles prologue animation. I'm like, that's crazy. But the thing is like, I have to say that as somebody who's been very critical of Kirk Thornton's voice, because like my main issue with Kirk Thornton is Shadow, is that I always thought that he sounded actually really good as Shadow and he had potential, but he was adding like this growl that was holding him back. And I'm like, dude, without the growl, if he just talks more smooth and kind of breathy, he sounds like a little bit like David Humphrey and like Jason Griffith. And I'm like, in this even in the previews for the game, there were some lines I'm like, it's okay, but everyone else seems to have gotten accustomed to it. But in this scene where he's talking to Maria, I thought like he sounds really good as Shadow, and I got a little bit emotional there because I was like, he did it. Like it's him talking as Shadow with a good animation of Shadow, and it worked. And I'm gonna go ahead and let you do your part because I need to take a break.
Oh, I was reading the comments. So D-Man says potato body, ramen hands. Yes, all of the
Don't
above.
ask. Don't ask. I don't question the physics.
Gun had Emerald mode robots.
Emerald model robots.
I read mode.
No, we have to explain that in just a second.
And then Novel says it's so cool to see Emerald again.
Yes, it is.
Agrees.
Mama also agrees.
So, about that, okay, so I'm wondering how many Sonic fans, like, how do I say this? Because, you know, as we get older, there's new, younger Sonic fans who are the target demographic. Preteens, teens, and young adults. And I don't know, like, how savvy they all are, because sometimes I'll see, like, shorts and other YouTubers talking about information that I know about, but everyone else doesn't know about, but they're starting to learn. Like Terios, people didn't know about Terios, and now they do, and all of a sudden, people didn't know Shadow's backstory. And one of the things, if you've watched our live streams before in the past where we played Sonic Battle, Emerald is actually tied to Shadow's backstory because Gerald had Emerald at some point. And Emerald was actually the name given to him by Sonic, so they're probably going to call him Gazoid.
Yep.
And I even mentioned stuff about this in recent... wait, did I mention that in Sonic Facts or in THZ?
I think you did. Also, you can always check out our podcast and, you know...
Yeah, but I don't remember...
podcasts, live shows, whatever.
God. Hold on. Okay, so... Yeah, I don't remember if it was here or if it was on Sonic Facts, but I did kind of bring up some stuff about Emerald being tied to Shadow's backstory and the whole thing about like Sonic Chronicles and how that's kind of like up in the air. Sire says, well, look who's back from the dead. Thank you. Double Jazz, Sonic Battle is now canon. It was always canon. We've been hibernating from the heat. I don't know. D-Man says, since when was Sonic Battle not canon? Anyways, so yeah, and I just realized our icon is like blocking a lot of the animation.
Who's a furry? Said Sire.
I don't know.
It's not me, I'm a potato.
A furry potato, so don't eat her.
A furry potato with mold.
Okay, we're gonna move on from that.
I mean, we're in the Sonic community, so the odd thing I would be having a human on board.
My bad. There we go. What I meant to do was go ahead and shrink this.
Why you made it so tiny?
So we can see more of the actual footage whenever I go back through it. Okay.
I mean, that is true.
Pokemon now?
Yeah. When was he not?
Have you just now noticed? I mean, come on.
Come on.
Tiny kitty cat. Meow.
Okay.
Meow.
So, let's go back through this real quick. It's gonna be a little hard because I'm actually looking at the live stream of the Anime Expo here. So, the animation looks really good. It's really dramatic. There's something I want to point out. This is what I was telling you about before the stream.
The art style looks like Ruby, like the animation.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's related to what I was gonna say.
Oh, my bad.
And so I noticed that, especially with shots like this, when you look at Maria's hair, I started realizing like, wait, is this CGI animation? Like, I think it's like the new thing that they're doing where they've just been experimenting with a lot of like 2D and 3D animation mixed. And this one looks like cel shaded 3D animation. Maybe they also like traced over it for 2D
He
animation in
kind of
some
looks
shots.
goofy there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that's a result of the fact that it's a 3D model, and then they drew like 2D animation over top of it. Because if you look at some of
Should be the
movements-
key to all manner of medicines.
Hold on. So like the way it's shaded, the way they move, I'm like, yeah, it's a 3D model. Her hair. Where was another shot where I saw it? I think it was, yeah, like this, the way her face moves. I was like, oh, she's a 3D model. Here, the way Shadow stood up, I'm like, and even though I think Shadow looked like it could have been 2D or 3D here, but that's clearly a model. But if you look at Maria, look at her like head and her arm and everything, like yeah, that's a 3D model. So it's a lot of 3D animation. I think Gazoid. I can't.
Yeah,
tell.
that's definitely 3D. You can tell by the movement, and then they just switched the cell shaded.
Yeah. I think there's parts of it that are like 2D, but I don't know. But it's really
Yeah,
good.
it's all about the.
Like I actually
It is
almost
really good.
I didn't notice that it was CGI animation at first, so I'm wondering how many other people did. Now, clearly, that part that we just saw right there, like something's going on here, because I thought that Dark Beginnings was going to be like what's going on in the chat, guys. There's those.
Hold on.
Is that? Hold on. That's okay. I thought that was Hope, because Hope is the one who does like those emotes a lot. What are you guys saying here? If only there was a way to downsize Gio's personality as well. Joking.
Never gonna happen.
Oh, and never thought I'd see the day where Shadow gets a freaking anime. I mean, I guess.
I mean-
okay, you're right.
He had a gun, so it makes sense.
Sonic
Oh,
CGI
absolutely.
Shadow right back at ya. Oh, because of the use of the CGI.
Maybe.
Oh god, D-Man actually makes a good point. It is kind of actually like that.
Yeah, it is actually, because Kirby did. I forgot that Kirby had like that cell shaded CGI animation. Sonic. Oh yeah, gotta go fast. Shadow. I have a tragic backstory.
Yes.
I could have done that better.
We're talking about the past, so you know.
So, I thought that Dark Beginnings was going to just be like the more detailed story, actually showing his past events. You know, kind of like what the fan film did. But it looks like it's a mixture of that, but also kind of like what they did in Shadow the Hedgehog, and kind of what they did in Sonic Forces, and you know, with the Phantom Ruby. It looks like he's being like tossed into the past, like this is a reenactment of something that happened, or maybe it's different than what actually happened. But I was like, it makes sense that Gazoid is here. I just was surprised to see it.
Mhm.
I knew that the Gazoid freaked out, but I didn't think we would actually see something like that happening, and maybe we'll actually see. No, I don't think so. I was gonna say maybe we'll
Now, here's the
actually
question.
see where Gerald like implements the code, bring hope to humanity into him.
Well, maybe they'll show in the little book that you get to see the future. I mean, the past, his journals. He'll talk about like, oh, I was at this island. I don't even know. Are we talking about Angel Island? Or
I
he
think-
was
Yeah.
somewhere at Angel Island, and then I found this robot. So then they bring it back. Oh, so like
Oh.
they'll bring back the Gerald. Oh yeah. They'll
I
bring back
see.
the Gerald's journals for Sonic Battle, and be like, this is information, but we already had this information because of Sonic Battle.
Oh, you're saying so because Sonic Chronicles is not canon, and like I said in the video, like maybe it's like shadow canon, where it's like it's still the intended lore, but they don't have any official media to represent it anymore. Maybe it's like oh well, let's just create new events that tell the same lore, but it's not Sonic Chronicles. I don't know. Maybe you're right. But it's clear to me from this and from the poster that shows like Rouge and Omega, and that like okay, so he's gonna go through different events throughout his storyline, just like in the actual game. Maybe and the weird thing is I don't get what this is, like, because this. What did you say this made
That
you
looks
think
like a
of?
smile.
It does. We just watched Arcane too. This makes me think.
Mephiles.
It makes me think of Jinx.
Hang on. This next frame, I did not notice this before, but look at that.
Wait, is
Look
that the
at-
aliens? Like
look
the
at-
eyes?
Look at that in the top right. Look at that in the top right.
Black dude?
Oh boy.
What?
He said, look at the next frame, top right.
No. This frame in the top right.
Yeah, the
See that
smile, right?
big old. Yeah.
That's what Hailey just pointed out.
I know. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird to me. It's
But it reminds
Makes
me
me
of,
think that-
like Jinx's mind or whatever.
Oh,
no,
Yeah.
no. I thought of something far worse.
What'd you thought of?
The Joker
Joker?
being. The Joker being in town.
Joker?
Oh lord.
Yeah, but isn't like Jinx, wasn't that kind of like a little inspired by Joker anyways?
No, you're thinking of Harley Quinn.
And Joker.
Two clowns and a jester.
Okay,
Demon
whatever.
says the Junkler. Jinker.
Jinker?
Jeeker.
Jungler, Jinker, Jeeker.
Or Jonks.
Jickler.
You better stop coming up with these combinations before you accidentally create a slur.
Oh.
Yes. All right. Now here's a question I have. Will Gemal or Emerald have a voice?
I don't know. Who, Gazoid?
Yeah, because Zoid.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. That's what I actually wondered about that too. But yeah, but wait a minute. But also, what's with like this whole digital effect to it though? Like, so Hailey, I was
I
actually
said it already.
Yeah.
Infinite. Aeromephilus.
yeah. She always thought, like,
No.
she's like, because we don't. Okay, I don't think they're gonna do anything with Infinite again. But they keep doing these effects that make it look like the Phantom Ruby is still involved, which I would be okay with because if you're connecting the lore, then it's like you might as well like make it the Phantom Ruby not feel like it came out of nowhere, you know? Make the
Actually, I
Phantom
think that
Ruby-
glitching effect is more similar. I think the glitching effect is something similar to what's actually going on in we're gonna get for Generations.
This is part of that
Yep.
though. But there was no
Yeah.
glitching effect for Sonic. So I'm just like, why is there a glitching effect for Shadow Generations? And it's like, because it's the effect that they would have used for Infinite because it's like an illusion, you know? And so I'm just kind of wondering why they keep going with that aesthetic if they're not gonna like do something with the Phantom Ruby and Infinite. At the very least, to be like, make the Phantom Ruby and the Time Eater like related somehow. Especially if Classic Sonic showed up in both, you know, it makes it seem like Forces and Generations are connected as well. Make Forces better than it already is, you know.
All right.
So wait, so this is the one I'm talking about though. Like this like line here that Shadow says that like I'm like Kirk Thornton. You sound so good now.
I'll handle this. Just wait here. I'll be back. I promise.
I already told you, like, when he said that, it made me think of the video of the Sonic facts that you had, where you were showing John Bosch as Shadow.
No, that was here still, wasn't it? That was the Hedgehog Zone.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, point is, you had that clip where he said
That should have been a Sonic's Facts video.
he was saying that to, that like be safe, be careful, or in like I promise.
Wait.
It would have been cool if she said back, just be careful, and they'd be like, oh, it connected back.
I was like,
Do you want to see what the comments are saying?
sure. Wait a minute. Hold on. I know what you're talking about. This one, right?
Yeah.
That's the last actual like video I did.
Are we? Oh, we're gonna share this. Woo!
Sure, why not? First off, I'm proud of this. By the way, I thought it was hilarious. I know it's not relevant anymore.
I mean, it'll be relevant once they decide to delay it again.
Chaos control!
Because y'all gotta remember, this will be coming out in December.
Paramount, this is what you wanted, right? This is the promise I made.
But the thing that Hailey's talking about
Bleach,
is because
and-
I was pointing out that the voice, Stephanie Shev is voicing Maria in this. So I used, I was saying that like since when I think of Stephanie Sheh, I think of like these two characters, and Orihime
Mhm.
is in Bleach, and the main character of Bleach is Ichigo, voiced by Johnny Young Bosch. And Johnny Young Bosch is someone I always thought would sound cool as Shadow. So I did like the edit where like you hear.
Oh, and then Black Doom, share it, let's go.
Okay, hold on. So Johnny Young Bosch, I played like a clip edited with him as a Shadow, and Stephanie Sheh as Maria.
It appears the poison is starting to take effect. I could
It's
just
true.
leave you like that, but I'm much nicer than that.
Very well then. I shall crush your pride
And then
along.
this was the voice actor I was saying would have sounded cool for Black Doom if they didn't, because I thought that with a new voice cast that they weren't even gonna try to make him sound the same, since like Omega sounds different. But I was wrong. They made him sound the same.
With your body. Subside. Your left leg now belongs to me.
Maybe the eyes
The
were seeing
power
her
of my
clothes.
brujeria is to
Aliens.
control whatever my eye stares at.
Oh, maybe.
Let me
But then who's
demonstrate.
smiling?
Shut up.
Yeah, right. They don't
You
have
sure do
mouths.
love the sound of your own voice. None of what you're saying
He
matters
sounds so
anyway,
good as
alright?
Shadow.
Fine.
Okay, so this scene, you're saying that in the dark beginnings, it actually sounds kind of like what the dialogue I used for this scene.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's so perfect. You like wrote a good, I mean, you know, like prediction, the scripts and all.
Cover. It's gonna get too dangerous for you in here.
Just be careful.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Plus, we got a preview where she sounds like as Maria, just because she did the exact same voice.
Just be careful.
I mean, it was very small though.
Was heading towards grandfather's lab. Shadow, you have to save him.
Or it's a
I'll handle this. Just
maybe
right here.
distortion.
I'll be back. I promise.
But he
Or
sounds
could be both.
this shot.
Oh, is this the hallway when they were running away? Oh, snap.
Well, they're on the arc, so.
Oh, okay, never
yeah.
mind. Well,
But I like.
Wait,
how
wait,
they
wait,
got-
hold on,
It
hold
got
on.
darker, and I'm wondering if it's getting darker because it actually got darker over there, or if it got darker because Shadow's not close to it anymore. Like, to imply like this is an
Dream
illusion.
Inception.
Yeah.
So okay.
Shadowception.
So Gio,
Um,
I know what you're fretting. That sounds weird to say it in that way, because I always have to mention it. I'm a little 50-50 on this.
you know what? It's a bit at this point. Let's just get it over with.
So, okay, well, first off, just looking at it, it looks like he's dabbing. So,
Shadow dabbing.
Hailey, when we saw this, she actually brought it up, and she said, "You probably don't like the skating animation, do you?" And I was like, I think that like the way he's skating looks bad, but I'm not mad at it only because that's how he actually skates in the games right now. So I'm like, well, it makes sense that if they're gonna animate it, they're gonna animate him skating the way he does in the game. So I'm like, okay, I'll let it slide. I don't like the animation in the game, and it's not this animation's fault. However, I will say that in animating this skating like posture that I don't like, the animation of it I actually thought was really good because it was really like smooth.
Mother are
How'd I go
doing
back
your
so far? Oh,
best.
the
He
stream.
went so back.
Yeah, how'd I go so far back?
Poor Shadow, he's in a loop.
Oopsies.
Like, this looks like it's doing. I think he's in a loop.
Here, here. See how smooth this is?
Oh,
Yep.
that's the Violet area. DNA.
No, oh yeah, your DNA tables. This is a Gazoid and Gerald. Right?
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
weird shot.
He's got him by his code.
But yeah, but it's just so up close. I guess this is Gerald's glasses.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder what. I guess.
I really like the way they designed him too. Like it's like a weird combination of how he looks in Shadow the Hedgehog, but they made him look a little bit more serious and distinct, like in SA2.
Mm-hmm.
A skinny Heyman.
Okay.
This shot.
Now
is
before
really
we
cool.
get to Now, before we get to that, let me jump a chat real quick.
Hey,
Let-
Leo.
You could tell it's Leo because the crown
Yes,
is
hello,
there.
Leo.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's read the chat for a second. Let's go.
Okay, novel says this makes me think of the club. Lol. The red and disorganized images. Lol. Oh, the whole distortion scene. Nope, I get it. Man says, "Oh yeah, Mickey Mouse the club. Who's the leader of the club that's made for you and me?" Okay. Novel Jazz, Cream. Lol. Wait, how do we get Cream involved? Oh no, wait, never mind. I get it because Gazoid. Wait, no, Charmy? Yeah, I'm sorry. Charmy's just not that popular anymore. Don't tell Mel I said that. Let's see.
Wait,
Man
no,
says,
wait, no,
yeah.
don't read this. Axe, read this.
What?
Read this.
Wait,
After, wait, no Charmy, low.
Make forces great again. Hold on. Make forces great again.
There's no saving that.
So,
That, like,
wait, MFGA hat.
Okay, let's see. D-Man, Charmy, B Club. Sire, Axe is a furry. He just doesn't know it. Sire, I'll have you know, Axe is a fluffy fox.
Yeah, I'm in love with a potato.
With a cat head and disembodied hands. Like, come on. Not that hard.
No.
D-Man says, Black Doom voice consistency takes precedence over retaining jets. You're not entirely wrong. Sire, don't say Maria around Shadow. Oh, God. Now I'm thinking back to the whole Martha bit back in Snyder's Batman. Why'd you say that name?
Martha. That's my mom's name, too.
So
Oh, look out.
that's
Look
confirmations. Like if Sonic's mom ever
Okay,
appears in the games, her name is Maria the Hedgehog.
Oh, God.
Wait,
Novel Jazz says, Shadow dabbing is everything I wanted and more. I mean, he is an old timer, so
I don't know if you're still here, Leo, but did you actually see the animation that we're looking at, or are you just jumping in because we live streamed? Because if you didn't see the animation, bro, hello, where's the egg raid? Well, there's no Eggman. It's Egg Granddaddy here.
Egg Granddaddy! Granddaddy raid. I'm gonna go ahead. Egg Granddaddy.
We don't need Novel Jazz. We don't have any.
Wait, we don't have hope here.
We don't have any roaches here. We don't need the raid.
Exactly. Plus, this is short, so it's gonna be too late, anyways.
His stripes are glowing.
Okay. Oh.
Stripes are
never mind.
glowing.
Huh? What
The stripes are glowing.
heck?
Yo, I didn't notice.
Ow! Shut up.
Oh.
Please stop.
Oh, that's so good.
Sorry, Mocha is crying as usual. He wants to get out of here, but it's like, no, there's coyotes around here, you fool.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. I love how the red kind of contrasts with the blue of Gazoid's eyes.
I think that's the
Just
point.
look at that.
Don't worry,
That-
Mocha. I
that
still
is
care
beautiful.
about you, but just shut
I
up.
like how the pose looks like one of his movesets that he can do when
Well,
he's fighting.
It looks like he's copying him.
Ooh, maybe they did spar it a little bit. He's already like no Shadow's moves.
Oh,
I haven't
ooh.
looked at this frame by frame before. Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like
Yep,
a
he's
bit
copying.
mixture of.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
It's definitely a mix
Hey,
of.
we got that Sonic Prime squish and stretch going on.
I do see
A little
that.
bit.
Look at Shadow's
But this
leg.
is more-
So elongated.
Like,
This is why
I
you don't
practice
pause during
ballet.
specific scenes. This is why you don't pause during specific frames.
Oh, so I thought something got knocked off and flew into the tubes. Am I wrong?
Nope, they
Yeah,
kicked
it's just-
so
it's just
hard
them
it created a
fighting.
shockwave.
Shockwave, right?
Yep. I mean, look how powerful that thing is.
Okay, so
Hey,
when I
got
first watched it, I
all
thought
the
it was a
tubes.
shockwave, but when I replayed it, I thought something.
Nope.
And then here's some big news too. After the fact, it's going to be a
3-episode
episode prologue animation coming later this fall.
This is gonna be fun.
There's Gerald in the chair, which I think they drew really well. By the way, they clearly got it straight from the shot in the game. There's Rouge and Omega. So I'm
I'll be
like,
excited
okay,
to see
we're
it.
gonna see some stuff from after he's reawakened as well. And there's the rocket from Sonic Adventure 2 for some reason. So like, I don't know what's in the background here though. It's too dark to see. At some point I'm like, is that the arc? It looks kind of like the end. And I'm like, is the end involved with this somehow? Like how? I'm like, I'm confused because they said the story takes place alongside Sonic Generations. And I'm like, I don't understand what's happening, but I'm intrigued nonetheless. Let's go.
This is gonna be a fun. This is gonna be a fun time. And yes, Novel Jazz, we are going straight to the moon.
The moon. We're going to the moon.
But yeah,
Actually, to the space colony arc.
I liked everything about this. It was cool. It's cool to see Maria again because if you think about it, Maria has not actually been like implemented in anything game wise since Shadow the Hedgehog. Like,
yeah, she hasn't been prominent since
so
way
it's
back
been
then.
almost 20 years. Like we all know about Maria, but she hasn't been in anything. In fact, yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog would be the last thing because even Sonic X, they showed that season in like early 2005, I believe, and with Maria in it, and they didn't mention her in season 3, I don't think. Or if they did, it was briefly, but that would be 2006. So yeah, 2005. So if you guys are like, say you're 16 years old, that yeah, they haven't done anything with Maria since you've been alive. Crazy.
Oh wait, hold on.
Don't need a
He-Man
raid.
says,
You guys are the raid. You look, you guys who are here right now, you're all the raid that we need.
yes.
That's beautiful.
He-Man says Maria had a card in Rivals 2, he thinks.
Oh.
So we didn't notice.
Dang. Okay, well, close enough. Grand Egg Daddy. So there's also some stuff. Like I said, this is.
He said it's casual.
This is some of the stuff from the. Heidi.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the stream.
The stream right here. I'm talking about the Anime Expo stream. This look right. Can you even see that on there?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So before that, they actually talked about
Speaking
stuff too. So they asked Kirk Thornton and Stephanie
Rabid
like
Sage,
how
Right,
you know,
right.
all
that's
these
where
questions
that
and
really-
stuff.
Sort of operates as like his moral center, right?
Yes,
Like,
totally,
he-
like moral compass.
like Shadow is this incredibly powerful, you know,
Yeah, I have that hat.
like being, and
Sonic
that power,
Anniversary
if
hat.
in the wrong hands or with the wrong moral center, can go out of
15 years
control,
Right,
right?
of
So-
Unleashed.
Yeah.
That was 25th anniversary.
Oh, whoops! I don't know my lore.
We were there.
I know, but I forgot what the hat was.
Yeah, that was at the 25th anniversary party. We were there for that.
Oh, so fun.
It's funny because I listened to some people recording that when the voice actors are talking, and just faintly, I can hear myself in the background shouting, "All hail the Eggman Empire!"
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Oh, hail
or with the
it,
wrong
Grand
moral
Egg
center
Daddy
can go out of
Empire.
control, right?
Right, of
So-
Unleashed.
yeah.
Means bad. Right.
And so Maria sort of like grounds him in that
yeah, like
way.
reins him in.
Yeah. Do you guys have a similar relationship? Like, who's the moral center here between the two of you?
I don't know.
See, it's perfect. Amazing.
He-Man, you get it. On the Egg
I
Daddy
really
raid.
love
Well,
how
guess
in
what?
depth
It
everyone's
ain't
answers
happening.
are. Like as an actor myself, and as an artist, it's really cool hearing how everyone works
How
and
would
how you
you
both work
describe the
with
relationship
character work
between
and in
the
the
two?
booth. So that's super cool. Maria gives Shadow purpose and direction, and I'm sure they both were each other's only friend. Their bond is integral to their characters as well as the story. So, speaking of that bond, we are incredibly excited to show you that bond in action.
Oh, that's where it was.
Like as an
So I didn't even
Do you-
hear what they said about it.
hands or
Compass. Really, that's where, you know.
Nobody, you know.
Oh, okay. I wanted to hear him say that.
Sorry, guys.
Well, to speak in actors' terms, Maria is my super objective. She is my reason for everything I do. So
That's Shadow's voice actor talking.
Aww.
See, he doesn't have a super growly voice, so that's what I'm kind of thinking. The closer he gets to his natural voice, the more he sounds like he sound like he could be Shadow.
yeah, she's just everything, and so.
Cause what?
It's the
Yeah.
direction.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What did I say? What did you think I said?
I can't say on the stream.
What?
I was created.
I get it. I won't say it. I get it.
Oh my gosh. That's nasty.
Stop giving out hints.
Let's move on before we all die.
To protect her,
cackling
and
hyenas.
yeah, she's just everything, and so I was created to protect her. And when I fail that mission, it devastates.
I kind of want to take the audio of Kirk Thornton saying this, and just put it over an actual scene, and be like, have Rouge be like, "Can you be sure like you're the real Shadow?" And then just have Kirk Thornton be like, "I was created to protect her, and when I failed that mission, you know." Just have him say it all casual.
Dates
It was
or
very
Shat.
much like just there and gone.
Shadow. I'm okay with it. Devastates Shadow.
You're in it. You're in it now.
And so that's why he dedicates his life to protecting Earth because of that. So she just
Yeah,
everything to Shadow does.
his driving sort of force.
Yeah, the complete driving force behind his life.
Stephanie?
Okay, so in my mind, when I was thinking about it, I was like, she grew up very isolated. She had like nobody, you know, and other than Shadow. And the thing that I could relate to is that like during the pandemic, when we were alone in our houses, I had my dog. And I'm not like, and check it out. This is gonna sound weird. I'm gonna say comparing Shadow to my dog, but my dog is also black and reddish tan. So, and my dog is super sweet, but he also gets a little too aggressive when he's trying to protect me.
She's
See,
saying Shadow's
and
like
so
a
like,
dog.
anyways, and it's just the parallel.
Fun fact: there's a dog character named Shadow in a movie called Homeward Bound.
Oh.
And then he was thinking, and then he was so dedicated to his human, who was also a blonde white boy. I mean, Maria's a blonde white girl, so you know.
She had nobody other than Shadow, bruh. Gun Commander Young just dunked on.
That's actually kind of true. You know what I want to say? Okay, I feel like this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking before Shadow was officially created or finished, it seemed like she and him were like best friends. They were like the besties. But when Shadow was finally completed, or after this is like after when he saw Shadow, being born or awake, he maybe as a kid he was so scared of Shadow, where he
just disappeared.
Well, not like this. Well, I mean,
like,
I don't think they disappear. I want to say, what if people in the Ark, there was actually people like their families living there, so it's not just Maria alone.
There were. That's what the implication was.
Oh, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they were like maybe they were like one of the few kids who were there, and I'm just saying maybe when he saw Shadow, the little guy, or the commander, he was scared, and then he decided like, I don't want to hang out with Maria anymore because now she's always hanging out with.
That's
Shadow.
what I meant. Like that's what I meant. Like he disappeared, as in like he wasn't around.
He shouted. He ghosted her.
Yeah, like he was afraid or something.
And maybe that's why he. I'm assuming when they had the evacuation, he probably was, obviously evacuated with everybody else. Well, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. Because wasn't Gunn supposed to... Were they saying they were supposed to kill... No, well, that's not what they're implying, right? That they weren't supposed to kill them, or they were, like, trying to just destroy evidence of Shadow?
They were supposed to destroy evidence.
Shadow. But in doing
and
so,
Shadow...
They killed a lot of people. They killed a lot of like the scientists.
Oh, so maybe he became an orphan.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't kill everyone on the Ark because there's a lot of people on the Ark who didn't know about Project Shadow.
Oh man.
The implication is that the Project Shadow was top secret even on the arc, and there were probably like certain areas of the arc where they were restricted to go where Shadow was.
Oh, okay.
My implication is that Shadow didn't just freely like move around around the entire space colony.
I guess there's only one area where he's restricted. Oh my gosh, Shadow was an SCP 00. I don't even know, something with Shadow's number. Project Shadow.
Also, to be fair, Stephanie Sha only knows the information she's given to portray the role, so she doesn't know about the gun commander probably.
Unless, like, you know what?
Yeah.
I forgot about you.
But you know what? That's actually a good point, D-Man, because it would be one thing if we're just like, okay, we're just forgetting about that and moving on. But the game clearly has Black Doom in it, which is tied to like the gun commander being a part of it. And in a way, Black Doom and the gun commander are like opposites of each other, because they're both from Shadow's past in a way. Like, well, we know about you. You know, a lot of people say it doesn't make sense that Shadow would join Gun after all of this, but I'm actually thinking that it does, because if
whoa, save this conversation when we play the hard mode, expert mode.
I'll just bring it up again.
Oh, okay.
I was, because I'm thinking of it right now, and it's just that I feel like Shadow and Commander, I'll call him Commander Tower because that's what they said in the Archie comics, and it's just convenient.
Yeah.
But Commander Tower and Shadow both have a connection in that they were both close to Maria, like in the past. So it's kind of like, in a way, like Commander Tower would be Shadow's like new kind of like I don't want to say, like, not really a friend, but
Associate.
yeah, I guess so. Like, they're associated. They're acquaintances. There we go. So it's like, I feel like it makes sense, you know, like they have a common mission now.
I try to kill him. Yeah. Good times.
Man. And there's so much going on with like Shadow right now, and the whole movie stuff, and everyone's been talking about the movie stuff. I'm not going to talk so much about the movie stuff because most of it's about leaks.
Yeah, I don't deal in leaks. Plus, again, as I have stated before, the movie comes out in December. Have plenty of time to worry about
I
it.
need to point out too, because I started to briefly mention about the leakers, because a lot of people do and a lot of people don't know about leakers like Zippo and Midori. Zippo isn't always accurate, so Zippo's kind of getting a little bit infamous for like the way he behaves. But Midori, who was thought to be an Asian female, recently was kind of outed to be like a white male, who was I guess hiding their identity because of some stuff in their past account or whatever. And so I there's this whole drama going on, and there's like, I don't think Midori is going to be leaking anything anymore, regardless of how accurate they are. But there's been other leaks for the movies, and most of them to me are not that interesting, in my opinion. I'll be honest, and other YouTubers are already covering it. But a lot of it is like quasi spoiler, but also not, because everyone who finds out about it is all like, "Oh, that's not a big spoiler. We expected that," you know. But I'm like, I'm not gonna say it anyways, just in case, you know. Zippo, what? Wait, what is he? The sixth Marx brother? Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think Shadow and Tower have ever have any? You're a loose cannon, Shadow. You need to go by the books dynamics after Shadow joins. I definitely think that.
Absolutely.
Go by the books, Shadow. Shadow's like, I don't read.
What do you mean you don't read? Well, apparently whoever wrote the book can't write to save your life.
He's like, as you can see in this photo, Maria always read to me.
Oh, shots fired.
What? Maria never read to me.
I know.
Let's see. I was thinking. Novel Jazz says a sitcom of Tower and Shadow. Oh my no!
Yes.
And they already So there's already like the Wade show that just finished, which they missed their opportunity to just call it Wade and Knuckles, you know. But now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, imagine they make like a series for Shadow called like What'd she say? She said Tower and Shadow. See, she put the human name first. Wait.
Yep.
Tower and Shadow. I mean, it would be a cool title, but oh man, it'd be a show all about the commander. Mr. Smiles, hi. Oh boy.
Hello. Welcome.
Mr. Smiles has joined us to watch a stream talking about the hedgehog that never smiles. And what did D-Man said? I was thinking of like an 80s buddy cop movie. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
That was pretty clear.
You know, this is gonna sound weird. I'm gonna say comparing Shadow to my dog, but my dog is also black and reddish.
The animated series Sonic X.
Wait, what?
Sonic Heroes and Sonic.
A brief history of Shadow the Hedgehog. Let's see how accurate they
At
are.
least 1 year.
You know what I always think is weird, and I know it sounds weird to say as a fan, but sometimes the official people in charge don't remember their own stuff very well, and they get things a little bit wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They're the definitive authority over it, but like they don't always know what they're doing.
1 year.
Sonic plushie.
Yeah, it's always
randomly.
contradictory. Wait, what?
Wait, never mind. Black and gray. Wait, what? What did I miss?
New sitcom, Life with that darn hedgehog. Nice save, D-Man. Nice save.
Black and white. Wait, never mind. Black and gray. Oh yeah, are they gonna say the D word in the movie? I heard that the movie's still gonna be rated PG.
PG, PG-13.
Okay.
Look, it doesn't matter
How
as long as I
about
get my
5
boy.
years? Okay.
How about what?
How about 5 years? Okay. 10 years?
how long you've been a fan, I guess?
20 years. Wow, look at that. Okay, it's clear there are some Shadow fans here, but there might be newer people. I didn't see everybody's hand.
So, I noticed they've been doing that at a lot of like Sonic events lately. They'll ask like how long you've been a fan because they know that there are fans. I think they're doing it almost like a statistic thing. I feel like they're taking notes. Like, let's see how many fans at all these different events are newer and how many are like older fans, you know? And maybe they're going to use that to like try and help them aim their projects at a certain demographic. I'm hoping.
Maybe.
Demon says, Shadow finding Chaos Emeralds if he was in Star Wars. This is getting out of hand. Now, there are 4 of them.
Hang on.
I said it wrong, I know, but I don't remember what line he's referencing.
No, there are 4 of them. We should have never made this bargain.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I had to do the bit. I had to do the bit.
I almost said it right. 90 years fans unite. Novel Jazz. when I'm 90 and I can say that I've been a fan for 90 years, I will do that gladly.
So let's maybe walk through Shadow's history for a bit. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Tell me
Shadow the
something I
Hedgehog,
don't know.
also known as the Ultimate Life Form, was first introduced in Sonic Adventure 2 in 2001 and served as a rival to Sonic. Sonic Adventure 2?
2019.
Yeah. Sonic Adventure 2 fans?
In the US.
My personal favorite.
Thank you.
His next appearances were Sonic Heroes and Sonic Battle in 2004. Sonic Battle? We have Sonic Battle fans here.
So I was right. Sonic Battle did come out before Heroes. I remember it came out like right before Heroes, even though it was recorded afterwards, I think, because I remember that's why I was thinking like, they mentioned Omega in Battle, even though it came out first. But it makes sense, because in Heroes, that's when Shadow was brought back, so... And nowadays, it's even believed that Sonic Battle takes place after Shadow the Hedgehog, but...
He had his first standalone game in 2005, Shadow the Hedgehog. Wow, look at that.
I knew it. I wasn't the only
Outside
fan.
of just the games,
Congratulations, Gio.
I won.
he made several appearances in various forms of Sonic media, including the IDW comics. We have some comics.
They just skipped a whole bunch. What about... Oh, yeah, of course they're not going to mention Sonic 06. Which is a shame, because in Sonic 06, that was actually... Like, Shadow's story was the best story. But it never happened, so...
It was.
Wait, it never happened, but it happens in Sonic Generations and in Shadow Generations. They even included Sonic Boom, so whatever. Oh, I noticed that. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I noticed that Sonic Prime is way over here, but they're talking about the order of release. Also,
Yeah,
let's see.
as Prime and Boom are their completely own things.
D-Man says 90-year-old army. Nah, 90-year-old army. That is wrong. Everybody knows Shadow made his first appearance in Sonic 3 and Shadow. Geo filled with Gleo. Oh, Geo filled with Gleo.
Yeah, because I'm not the only fan in this house.
Technically, I mean, the mural in Angel Island could be Gerald and Shadow.
Comics readers in the house, the animated series Sonic X. Sonic X fans. Sonic Boom, and more recently, Sonic Prime. Now, and he will be making his live-action debut this year. Yeah.
He made his live-action debut 2 years ago, actually.
Oh, wait, that's right.
He's been a fan favorite for many years and has been rival, dark hero, and occasional ally to Sonic and his friends. This year, being the year of Shadow, we'll be seeing more of his story in Sonic X Shadow Generations.
You guys would just cheer for anything.
But you guys, we're all here to learn more about Shadow today, right? Right? There's some things you might not know. And who better to enlighten us about the ultimate life form than his father himself, Takashi Iizuka. Everyone give it up for Iizuka-san, please.
Come on,
now, Iizuka-san, we just went through a brief history of Shadow's appearances in media. Now, what were his origins? What led to his creation?
Wait a minute. Have I seen that artwork before? I've seen the top right one, but I don't know if I've ever seen the bottom right one where it looks like he's doing his skating.
Ooh.
So I guess I never noticed that in his other designs he's still skating. So in Arterio's skin, does he still
air shoes?
Yeah, and does he still have air boots in his Terrio skin, like the one that we're getting? Because you can't tell by the way he's standing. Also, what would his super form look like?
Hold on. I'm trying to visualize here. Because usually super form for Sonic is like going Super Saiyan, so okay. Yeah, it would pretty much be like the same shade of gold, probably, that Shadow has. Or the spikes quilled up, kind of similarly.
Oh, then what about his scar? His scar is yellow.
That's the tricky part. It's like, will it change as well, or is it kind of like Shadow Stripes, and will it just not change at all?
Also, I'm noticing that the scar appears in multiple iterations of the design, and I'm wondering how much of that means is implied by maybe a story element that was cut. Maybe he was shot and he survived or something.
Ooh, that's
or
crazy.
maybe. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see. Just is the scar. Maybe he was trapped in the arc when it was getting blown up. That's how he lost his eye.
Hey, Hope.
Hi, Hope. What's going on? Hope, question.
Hello,
Have you
Hope.
seen the animation? And if not, then we'll go back and look at it again anyways, because it's pretty cool.
Okay, I think people know what this one is.
はい、シャドウが誕生したのは
Okay, well, I know about
1999年
Terios,
に
but they don't, so
開発がスタートした
maybe.
ソニックアドベンチャー
So a lot of them
2だったんですけども、その時にはソニックに匹敵するライバルを一緒なんですけども、だったんですよね。しようということで、シャドウが
began development on
Isn't
Sonic
it
Adventure
crazy
2.
that within like a few months that we were in the same room with Iizuka twice?
Yeah.
In the beginning,
I haven't posted a video about it yet, but I need to show you guys that in March. I don't even know if have I mentioned it on the streams or in the videos yet.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm gonna show
I
you
don't think
guys
you
later.
have.
But in March, me and Hailey actually met Ryan Drummond, David Humphrey, Scott Dreyer, and John St. John.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I have video of it too, and I'm gonna show you guys. I just haven't edited it together.
Kind of thought.
And over there, I know everybody loves Jason Griffith the most now, but for me, my favorite is David Humphrey, and I made sure that he was aware. And he was like, I told him too, like he's actually my favorite voice in like the entire franchise. And he seemed like he's very humble too, because he was like, why? You know, and I'm like, I don't know.
We want a rival character, something to really contrast Sonic. So we need a rival character in this game. But at that time, all of the team flew over to America, and we started living and working in America. And when we got there, we realized dark heroes like Spawn, were really popular in America, and that really inspired us.
Speed. Sonic Speed is here.
Speedy.
Sonic Speed Network.
Speedy.
Hi. Wait, is that Speedy?
Our boy.
Wait, I'm confused. Because I'm trying to remember, because I know Speedy changes his name. Is that Speedy or is it a different...
Yeah. It's Speedy.
Okay. Hi, Speedy. Actually, in fact, I forgot to tell the Hedgehog Zone that I'm streaming. I'll let them know.
We're just doing like a last minute stream.
Covering the Shadow preview for Dark Beginnings, which I'm very happy for. 3 episodes, yay!
Oh yeah. Hold on. I'm ashamed to have missed the egg raid novel. Only changed my name once. No, I know, but
Hey,
it
he
was
was
enough.
Sonic
And I've seen
Speed.
other people with like Sonic Speed and various combinations that I got confused on which was which.
And that's fair.
Last part of the name, yeah, because you were like Sonic Speed News before, I think, right? And you changed it to Network.
To make Shadow a different kind of character. And that's when we thought, we don't want him to be a rival to Sonic. We want him to be a dark hero. And that's really where Shadow was born, from an idea.
So I've heard this explanation a few times in the past few months in other interviews, and I also already knew it. But it is interesting to know, and it kind of makes sense looking at Terios's design, which I guess before originally these designs were not necessarily tied to the name Terios or to the fact that he was supposed to be a Tenrec, but you know, you have a prototype name, you have a prototype design, you just kind of mash it together. And now that they're calling it Terios, we can officially just be like, yeah, it's Terios. But I can kind of see it. They're saying that it was inspired by Spawn.
Ooh.
Do you know who Spawn is?
Really? Spawn? Are you sure about this?
They just said it.
Oh dear Lord, help us.
We got there, we realized to America, and we want to rival and development on Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay.
In the beginning, we kind of thought, we want a rival character, something to really contrast Sonic. So we need a rival character in this game. But at that time, all of the team flew over to America, and we started living and working in America. And when we got there, we realized dark heroes like Spawn, were really popular in America, and that really inspired us to make Shadow a different kind of character. And that's when we thought, we don't want him to be a rival to Sonic. We want him to be a dark hero. And that's really where Shadow was born, from an idea.
Oh my gosh, he looks like Twice. Is that what they were inspired by?
Well,
no, like the guy.
Oh, you're saying was Twice inspired by Spawn?
Yeah.
I think Twice was inspired by Deadpool, but maybe a little bit of Spawn.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Looks like it.
Yeah, it was mostly Deadpool.
Yeah, I think I can see it though. I think it is inspired by Spawn and Deadpool put together, like design wise. Deadpool and personality for sure.
Yes.
Twice is a villain in a show called My Hero Academia, for those who are wondering.
I think it's really cool to have characters like Spawn, who's like a character like we in the West are familiar with, be the inspiration for someone like Shadow. I had it in my notes that I was under this impression that he was also inspired by Vegeta from the Dragon Ball franchise. But wait, but...
No. So a lot of people say
Oh.
that compare Shadow to Vegeta because you have like Goku and Vegeta, and they're both like the main ones that turn Super Saiyan. And I'm like, I get it. I can kind of get that dynamic wise.
You don't see it.
But there's nothing in Shadow's like demeanor, his voice, his personality, his motivations. I'm like, I don't see him as Vegeta at all. In Sonic Boom, in Sonic Boom, he's totally Vegeta. He's got the grainy voice. He's got the pride. He's got the angst. But no, I'm sorry. Shadow's not Vegeta except for character placement, and is like the anti-hero of the series. But I say character placement, he would fit as Vegeta when you consider like Sonic, Shadow, and Silver as a dynamic, because Silver is definitely Trunks. But
absolutely,
yeah, if anybody who made me think of Vegeta in the Sonic series, it was Infinite. And I've had people in comments of YouTube and even in the Hedgehog Zone like disagree with me and be like, no, Shadow's totally Vegeta. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you put Vegeta and you have like I don't know, they're not the same, you know. And but then you have Infinite being like, I'm not weak, you know. And it just, they portrayed it wrong, but the concept was there, because it makes me think of that scene where Shadow or Vegeta says like something about like, the one thing about a Saiyan you can't get rid of is their pride. And I'm like, I could hear Infinite saying that. And like, Infinite is Vegeta.
Yeah, if anything, I would kind of put Shadow close to Piccolo.
Yeah, a lot of people compare like Piccolo to Knuckles because he's got the deep bravado, but I think he'd be closer to Piccolo maybe.
Yeah.
Or and this might sound weird, but kind of Broly a little bit.
Ooh.
At least
Actually,
the current iteration of Broly. But I wouldn't say
Super Broly.
I wouldn't say that he's inspired by Broly. I'm just saying the current version of Broly is who I'd say he reminds me of right now. A little bit. Like, not when he's rampaging, but you know, just the whole tragic backstory and like how he's actually like not that bad.
Except Shadow was lucky enough to avoid daddy issues.
I don't know. It's happening in 2 games.
Dang it.
Izuka-san told me that's not true. It's not true. It's not true. So I just wanted to clear that up because I thought that too. But it's super cool that like
they're gonna be like, no, he's just
it's not
it.
though. It's not though.
Because they said that he said that he thought Shadow was inspired by Vegeta as well, and Azuka's saying no.
As long as
he should know.
In a recent thing, he probably was like, I thought that, but I changed my mind. I was wrong.
But here's the thing. I'm inclined to believe him, because why would he admit they were inspired by Spawn and not admit they were inspired by Vegeta?
That's true.
What were some of your inspirations about designing Shadow's his design and his personality?
はい、もうここにもパネル今表示されてますけど、スコで皆さんかけていったんですけども、ための切れたこれを悪い方だった。
And a lot of ideas in putting into, you know, a dark Sonic character, that would be the Shadow design. And what you're seeing here are a lot of these sketches that we had that we wanted to bring to a focus test in San Francisco to see what the average person would think about all these different designs. And I believe in the middle there's a character with like a damaged eye. That was the design of the character that the development team were calling Terios back in the day.
Okay, so it is
で、最終的には皆さんの知ってる黒と赤のデザインになるわけですけども、この黒と赤のデザインっていうのは実はその日本の歌舞伎からインスパイアされたデザイン。
Something about the red,
so we did also want to choose kind of black and red as the theme colors for the character, and it was really inspired by the kabuki style of face paint, and that is part of the inspiration for Shadow.
So the kabuki was the inspiration for Shadow before.
Oh, did I not see that before? Oh.
That's something I didn't know. We have new information. We all learned it together.
Explains so much.
That's why he has his eyeliner.
Mind is blown.
He's a kabuki Sonic.
Oh. Oh no! I can already see the memes. No, go away, internet. Go away.
It's not bad.
Leave my boy alone.
Hold on. I think this only strengthens the character. I don't know what you're whining about. But I also kind of think it's interesting because this means it's like, well, obviously the black arms weren't thought of yet, you know, so they had to design the black arms around Shadow rather than saying, like, it's like a retcon. Like they made the color based on that, but in continuity they're gonna say, oh, it's because of the black arms.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're finally going to ask them straight up, so you guys realize like he doesn't look that much like Sonic, right? Like, because of this. But I mean, I don't agree with that. I still think he looks enough like Sonic, like, but I don't know. A lot of people have been talking about that lately, so I'm like, are they gonna like bring it up?
先ほどお話したこのテリオスっていうキャラクターなんですけども、この、当時は残念ながらボツになってしまったシャドウの前のデザインなんですけど、このテリオスっていうのをこの10月に発売される実装することをご期待ください。
So we do have the design for the Terios character, which was a concept design for the character that didn't make it all the way through. We ultimately went with the shadow design that everyone knows and loves. But coming out this fall, this October, in Sonic X Shadow Generations, we are also offering a skin to turn Shadow into Terios, so you can play as Terios inside of the game.
So he looks like he would run like Sonic, but I feel like he's gonna skate. Because that other Terios is skating, and I'm like, so he's gonna skate like Shadow, and that's gonna be weird to see, because we've never seen anyone else skate like Shadow. Well, except in Sonic Riders.
Actually, hang on.
Yeah.
Judging from the boot designs, I'd say, yeah, it's gonna look awkward, especially since Shadow's shoes looks like they could be roller blades, while Terios's shoes look like they can be just like regular, like a four-wheel.
It's because like Shadow's curves upward, kind of like the one in the top right corner has like the little space that makes it look like they could be skates, but the one on the bottom right corner are flat as well, but they still hover. So
yeah, so it's more like blades against skates. That's all I'm saying.
Also, I just want to point out that
I said wheelies.
I was gonna say that the one on the bottom right corner, I have to point out they drew it kind of funny, like the anatomy of it, but I'm noticing that the pose of his run is the SA2 pose versus like how he actually skates in because like earlier when I paused, you'll notice it looks like he's dabbing. Here it doesn't. But the reason for that is because he already has his, like the arm that's sticking out to the side is on the same side as the leg that's forward. So he can't put his other arm all the way across. You know, he's not doing like a full like twist. Versus in the modern games when he runs, his other foot would be forward and his whole body is twisting. So it looks like he's dabbing in order to maintain that. So that is kind of interesting to think about. For me. Okay. What next?
That's really cool. He looks cool as a gigantic fan of Sonic the franchise and Shadow, to like see artwork of the developmental stages of how Shadow came to be. Is there any significance to the name Terios? Why did you guys settle on that name?
As everybody knows, Terios to Sega means reflection of.
I have no idea.
I was wondering if it meant something. I think it's really cool that you get to play as the Terios skin in Generations. That's really cool. I'm excited for that. Now, Izuka-san, can you tell us what makes Shadow different from Sonic?
はい、そうですね。一言で違いを言えばやっぱりダークヒーローっていうところなんですけども、ソニックが正義や平和を守るまさにヒーローなんですけども、シャドウは目的のためなら誰がどうなろうと関係ないっていう危うさを持つキャラクターなの。巷で困ってる。この性格の違い、シャドウはもう正義ではない、そういう。
So to sum it up in really one word, I'd say, dark hero is what really defines Shadow.
That's not one word. I think maybe in Japanese, dark heroes probably could be summed up in one word. I don't know Japanese, so I could be wrong, but Oh, and I just
So
realized
it makes
Hope
him
said they were
different from
working
Sonic.
with IT,
So Sonic will be a very positive, cheerful, character that's going to go out there and do whatever it takes to bring peace to the world. He wants to see justice kind of played out. He's very much a true hero, but Shadow is more of a dark hero. He's going to do whatever it takes to get the job done. He's going to focus on what that thing that he needs to do is, and only really focus on getting that done. So it's not really like it's a little bit of a selfishness, but it's also because he's such a dark hero and he's pushing towards his goals. It really defines him as a character differently from Sonic, and makes him unique. And really, when we talk about the differences between Sonic and Shadow, Sonic will do whatever it takes to save the planet because of the justice and really the truth in him as a character. But Shadow, he wants to protect the planet because Maria, who is so close to, loves the planet. And so he's doing it out of this love and connection with Maria that he will also do whatever it takes to save the planet.
Okay, so that implies he has his memories back then, because he has that feeling about Maria. Like he's like, oh, I know who it is. I remember her, and I have those feelings again. And he's like, I'm gonna protect the planet to continue fulfilling that wish.
So they're both very much heroes, but it's that dark hero element that really makes Shadow cool and unique.
Something important that they fight for, because it really gives them a lot of layers. And Shadow's relationship with Maria is a really, really cool, integral, central driving force for Shadow. Having that being told by Izuka-san himself is super cool. So I think I can speak for many of us when I say we've all been waiting for years for new pieces of Shadow's past and his backstory. So why are we telling his story now in Sonic X Shadow Generations?
はい、皆さんもご承知の通りですね、今年の12月にいよいよシャドウが出演する映画が公開されます。で、この映画のタイミングでより世界中の人々にシャドウの魅力を知ってもらおうということで、今回ソニックを知らない人たちにクラシックソニック、モダンソニックの良さを知ってもらおうというゲームだったので、今回のシャドウを世界中のシャドウというこのゲーム
It should be a really great movie. And in order to really introduce everyone to Shadow before we get to the movie, we wanted to release something that could really do that, would be a good vehicle for that. And that's where we thought up Sonic X Shadow Generations. Originally, Sonic Generations was a game that was meant to introduce everyone to...
I kind of get it that it's the year of Shadow and they want to piggyback off of Shadow being in the movie to kind of be like, oh, this is a good time to do a lot of Shadow related stuff because the movie's coming up and it'll make people more interested in the game stuff. But at the same time, I didn't even think about the fact that in doing so, they're also hyping up the movie, making the movie make more money.
Making that money.
Because all I'm saying is I'm slightly intrigued by Mufasa, but I'm sorry.
I'm not.
He's like, I'm not.
That's good for you. I'm slightly intrigued because it's a new story, and I've always wanted to know more about Mufasa. And I know that a lot of casuals out there would be more intrigued than I am, and definitely more than Gio. But
I'm just saying,
Sonic, in the general crowd, I feel like Sonic is niche compared to Lion King stuff.
Lion King.
But all I'm saying is, come December 20th, that lion's going down once again.
Shadow is basically Simba.
Look, I have a very complicated history with Lion King.
Huh? What?
No, Scar killed Mufasa.
No, I said Shadow is Simba.
Why?
Because let Gio finish. He was gonna say something. Go ahead, Gio.
Look, I have a very complicated history with Lion King. I was not happy with the remake. I'm certainly not interested for a prequel about Mufasa. I just want my boy to get a win. I want my boy to get a dub.
Okay, but I'm talking about just in general though, not just related to being a Sonic fan. I think that the fact that it's a quote unquote live action Mufasa movie is probably what's gonna hurt it. But it's not going to be a remake because it's an original story. The first one's biggest issue is being a remake, but I'm just saying a lot of people out there are probably going to go and watch Mufasa. But my whole point, Geo, was that the lion has to go down. Like I already got over him dying like 30 years ago. You know?
Y'all did.
Well, yeah, even if you were 12 years old, I know you already moved past that 30 years ago. And so it's like, yeah, like,
Thanks
I'm
for
sorry,
making me
Mufasa,
feel old.
but you're going down. It's all.
Shock is here too.
It's Shock
Hi,
on the
Shock.
block. I would say Mufasa does look slightly intriguing to me as well, even though I'm not a big fan of the realistic animation. See, this is completely off topic, but I am a fan of the realistic animation. I think it's cool that they're able to do that, but I know I'm alone on that. Like, whatever, fine. But even before that, I just always thought, like, if they're not going to do a Lion King 3, they should at least do a Mufasa prequel. And I'm like, oh, well, this is basically that, you know? But I'm just saying, because it's in like, that format that's a little inferior, and I mean, that format is in, like, they don't even have the same voice actors. But I don't know. Either way, my whole point was I'm trying to say that Shadow needs to come out on top. So
he will. Just
like
as much as Disney's
you know
gonna try to go for
3
obvious.
was originally scheduled to come out on December 20th, right?
Yes.
And then they moved it.
Yes.
So we're in the clear. No one else is touching.
We are.
Sonic 3.
Yeah, we are in the absolute. We're in the absolute clear because look, yes, Lion King hits a lot of nostalgia and it's the CG animal film that the kids are gonna enjoy. Oh yeah, but no, it has got nothing on Shadow. Like fans, casual, hardcore, whatever, are going to gravitate towards Sonic 3.
That's why they need this movie to be PG-13. When Sonic movie 1 came out, it was 2020. Imagine if like the kids they were aiming towards were like 11 years old, right? This year, those kids are 15. We can get PG-13. Grow with the audience, you know? We don't need Shadow cursing and shooting people. I know some people do, but we don't need that. But we can at least make it a little bit more like you could take it a slight bit more seriously. Because I've seen people react to the first 2 movies and they still like the movie, but they'll like often repeat like, oh yeah, but it's just a kids movie, so like you don't have to take it too seriously. And I'm like, you don't need to take it.
D-Man says it's hard to hear you.
I'm away from the microphone. I am sorry. How
You're
about
more
now?
quiet than Geo.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow.
Hold on. Let me see what my audio levels are. Okay, yeah. So if I talk, how about now, D-Man? Do I sound better? Am I in your skull now?
Oh, let me check the playback.
I got a straw.
No, don't do that.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
But yeah, so I'm just saying that
We need to draw Shadow and Sonic having the little tables and have a little debate speech. Sonic 3 or Mufasa. Like, Shadow would be Mufasa team. Sonic would be Sonic 3 because he's egotistical. I think Mufasa would win. Shadow, you're way off base. Sonic 3 is the man. You know? Oh, wait. Am I too quiet? Oh, snap. Oops.
that's my backbone.
That's my spleen. That's my lasagna.
All right.
Oh, it's your actual backbone. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I don't even know what I was saying when I was too quiet.
Basically,
you lost your rebuttal.
Draw Shadow and Sonic on Seesaw.
yeah, for real.
Sonic the Hedgehog. So it had classic Sonic in there, it had modern Sonic in there, and it was really like all these great moments from Sonic's legacy in one title. And by adding Shadow into that package, we now are able to introduce Shadow as a character inside of that same game alongside Sonic. And as everyone knows, you know, Shadow does have kind of a sad background story, and we did want to spend a lot of time and energy kind of portraying that in the Shadow Generations side of the game.
Zuka-san for you, and it's been Hedgehog and Sonic I also think it's the perfect time to show the world Shadow's charm and story. And who better to help us do that than our voice actors?
Oh, that's when the voice actors
I like
show
to
up.
watch and scene.
Oh.
You
Take
do you do
these
anything new?
Wait, Axe, can you say that as Shadow? Sing it as Shadow. Take these broken wings.
No. You know what? What if he does get a more growly voice while he's using the Doom powers? Oh, that reminds me. So, there was something else too in the Japanese website. You know about this, right, Gio?
No, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Oh boy, how do I go to the Japanese website?
Look up the Japanese website.
I need to be careful. Yeah, you're right. Hold on.
You know, yeah, Shadow. Oh my gosh. Why don't you look for it first and then try to show the screen, just in case?
Yeah, that's true.
Because we gotta keep this PG.
Yeah, because you know how the internet be. Okay.
Exactly.
Actually, whatever. I don't know.
He can't show proof right now.
How do I got it. Hold on.
Oh, Demon is gonna tell you how it is.
What?
He's explaining what you're looking for.
He said something about a baseball team.
Oh, my bad. I didn't read the chat, okay? I didn't read it.
I didn't read it out loud, but I saw it. Japanese website reveals that Shadow's favorite baseball team is the Mets. Shark says, I'm a little behind. I was talking about the gravelly voice. Oh, like the werehog? Oh, I was talking about how Kirk Thornton generally makes Shadow sound a little bit more gravelly. And he does that voice in this scene too, with, whenever it shows the wings during the trailer. And I was thinking, well, maybe he does the more growly voice when he uses his Doom powers, because there's going to be a few Doom powers in this game, apparently, that change the gameplay. But it made me think of something else that I don't know if everybody knows about. I don't even know how to go.
Oh, never mind.
No, I know. I don't know how to go about, how would I even...
Ooh.
Like... So, I guess I could let this play a little bit.
New when exploring this, like, previously unseen...
I'm looking at the website right now.
I'm learning more today than I have learned
in
years during Shadow. I mean, I'm getting so much stuff here. It's amazing. I wish I'd been able to sit down with Izuka-san sooner. Sooner?
Sooner.
Yes, I speak for a living. Thank you very much. No, I mean... Yeah, because over the years, Shadow has always been very cool and unflappable, and recently I've been discovering different sides of Shadow with the Twitter takeovers and like the Lego commercial. So
the Lego commercial, it was so good.
I'm seeing
you were trending for that, I think.
Oh yeah, the
I'm
Lego
seeing different
commercial.
sides of Shadow, but as far as the game goes. The cool, unflappable side, there's always been something underneath it. And finally, we're starting to pull out all those things and figure out what is driving that cool, what's driving that unflappable, what's brewing under the surface. So that's what we've been getting with this game.
What is this?
And the team has decided to let a little bit of that emotion out at times, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay, so I'm on the page
doing this game because,
and they're talking about Shadow's doing
playing down, and all of a sudden
there's an
being able
image
to
of
erupt
Shadow
and let
shooting
some of
what
that
looks to
emotion
be
out that's been
chaos,
brewing underneath all this time.
That's so
it
cool.
looks
I really love sort of the methodical artistic approach
instead of the normal
Shadow
light
about
projection,
the
this thing
emotions
looks
and how
like,
much to show and how little to show.
Doomed up,
and there's so much, I'm sure, new stuff in this game that like will reveal more sides to him that I'm like really excited to see. So from the new things that you've seen, has it changed your understanding of the character at all? After all these years, is there anything new that popped up during your performances for the game?
Absolutely. As I was mentioning,
well, technically, it was. built by America, so
Up until
technically
recently,
that's
I hadn't
still
gotten to
in American
explore
soil.
his history. I hadn't gotten to explore what happened with Maria and how he was created and his whole mission in life.
Yeah.
And that is flushed out in this game. You know, and it's been a real team effort. It's all the people at Sega. It's Jack Fletcher, the director, who's incredible, and we've all.
Let me pause this for a sec. Okay, I'm on the Japanese site. You guys can see.
Oh,
now.
you found it?
Right.
Oh, they brought back the logo. They brought back the logo. Yay!
Okay, hold on. So, if you're seeing, okay, are you seeing it right now, Gio? Okay, we're on the Sonic section. Here's the bio for Sonic. Here's the bio for Classic Sonic. You can switch between the two. Pretty standard stuff, right?
Yep.
Okay, now we switch over to Shadow.
Eating good tonight.
I know, guys, that the chat is kind of like in the way a little bit, but it is transparent. You should be able to see it. But yeah, you have, or let me kind of.
Wait. Hold up.
Move the chat.
Wait a minute.
To the other side.
Yeah, hold on.
And now you got me side to side.
Where is the chat? The chat was.
Hold up.
Oh yeah.
To the left. To the
What's
left.
that empty box doing
Everything
here?
to the left.
What is that empty box doing in here?
That's right. This thing is moving so slow.
Oh Lord, I can't take it.
Yeah.
My poor little nerd heart.
So yeah, we have a Shadow bio here, and then next to it, you know, you can't click it, and it says coming soon.
Emerald.
Dang, you didn't. You didn't build up to it. You just.
I don't do that.
Whoa.
I don't play. I came to
I'm trying to think. So what I was trying to say is that after seeing the animation, I had this idea. I was like, what if it could be anybody? It could be Rouge. Could be like a weird classic Shadow. Could be Doom Shadow. Could be SA2 Shadow. But I'm like, what if?
Mephiles.
No, Mephiles would be an enemy, not a playable character.
Why not?
Because it's got too much weird junk going on. What you said the first time, Emerald. Why not Emerald?
Why not SA2 Shadow?
Man, why
that would be a
derailing
skin.
things? Just go with the hype real quick.
Choo choo.
With the possibility of it being Emerald.
Ax, you have to remember, you said yes.
Huh?
You said yes to her. We're stuck with her for life.
I didn't say yes. She said yes. I made a mistake.
Oh, snap!
Since you did.
I'm kidding.
Dang. I'm gonna leave.
Okay,
the potato.
No.
Okay, hold on. Let's look at the chat. Okay, let's look at the chat before we get derailed.
Yeah, let's see what the chat is saying.
Fair enough, Gio. Logo enjoyers eating good tonight. Yes, we are. Coming soon, Eclipse.
See, I thought of Eclipse. That would be cool. Highly thought of Eclipse, but that's an Archie character, and I don't think we can do that. But it would be so cool if we did, and it would make sense.
Let's see. Shark says, "Well, I love that she just gets Emerald right off the bat. Maybe Emerald too. Yeah, it could be, or Rouge, or Omega. Ooh, could be. A little some Team Dark action going on.
It's Emerald because he can shadow. I mean, he can mimic Shadow's powers and techniques.
Yeah, you could play. You actually have the same gameplay.
Yeah, it's Emerald.
I'm still behind the way, so sorry if my responses are delayed. Gio's slowly trying to worm his way into ruining their marriage. He's like,
I am not.
He's like, I'm not trying to ruin their marriage. I'm trying to save it by demolishing it.
What?
No, I'm not trying to ruin anything. I'm trying to save it with a stick of Acme Dynamite. Wait, Acme brand. Dang it. Dang it. Acme always bites me in the butt.
All right, but anyways, so there you go. That's a little interesting little tidbit in case you guys didn't know about that. I don't know how many other Sonic tubers are talking about that one actually, but there you go. That's
Give it time.
Give
it time.
We did it, Patrick. We saved the bikini. Oh, you say it, Hailey. You.
We did it, Patrick. We saved Bikini Bottom. We did what now?
I know you love your sponge boobs, so.
Sponge boobs.
Hey!
Sponge booba.
Sponge booba.
And now we have officially moved up to PG-13.
That was PG-13. I heard them say boob in Horton Hears a Who.
Yeah, but that's more like an insult.
Booba.
Boba.
Highly stop.
I said booba.
Abort.
Tapioca.
Tapioca booba, man.
Sponge tapioca.
That's what Shadow's looking like right now.
He's like,
okay.
If you
all right,
two
I think
don't
I'm about ready to
quit that
abort
now,
this.
I'm going to come over there and shut you up myself.
No, say it in his Gobblemon voice.
Yes, please do.
If you two don't stop it right now, I'm going over there to shut you up myself. I don't know. Mocha, holy
Gobblemon.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know which episode.
Mocha scared me. Like, I turned around. I didn't know he was behind you standing up just staring at my ear in the dark.
Yes.
He was like, here I am. I really like Shadow's recent renders because I like the coloring. I don't know. There's something about like, I know he's just black and red, but I feel like they use like a different black, if that makes sense. Like sometimes it's like a more brown black, sometimes it's gray, sometimes it's bluish. I noticed it.
Yep.
They made his legs longer too. I noticed. There's one thing though I don't like that a lot of people do like, and that's I think that they make the hair too long. Like I feel like it gets longer every time because, like his like the middle part of the image is right here at the back of his head, and like his hair just sticks out so far, and I'm like it could have just been like right here, just cut off right here, but they look like they were just like they're separate and they just kind of stuck them on. Oh,
all right, and D-Man says he's got to go.
All right, D-Man.
Done this exploration together to try to find it. And what's really done this.
That's the picture you're talking about?
Yeah, of Shadow firing his Chaos Spear, but it looks slightly off.
Why does it look off?
Okay, so normally a Chaos Spear would just be pure energy, but notice the Doom distortions around it.
Oh, I think you were saying
so
off
is it like
a
amped up to a degree? No, not off like a mistake, like off like something's funky about it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's a Doom Sphere.
I'll be back.
I think it could be.
Oh, excuse me. Language.
Did they hear me? Sorry.
I don't know, maybe not.
Well, in the spirit of Shadow, my bad.
Hear what?
Are you gonna go move the car? Or your bike?
No, I left all the fence open back.
Uh-oh.
This exploration together to try to find it. And what's really cool is that, even though, there'll be like 8-9 people in on a session and they're all throwing out, what they think we should be doing, what path we should be taking. And we all kind of agree, yes, we're taking this path. And yet, what's really wonderful is that sometimes after we do all this work and the animation gets done and they send it back to us and we go, oh, shoot, we missed something. And the Sega has given us the license to go back and go, yes, this is how we fix it. And, because it's expensive to go back into the studio and redo something, but they're taking the time and giving us the opportunity to go back and get it right.
Wow.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
So I was like, wait, what? He's a voice actor, right? What are you talking about?
You know, as big of a fan as I've been of this franchise for so many years, this might be like my first time sort of hearing about like how a typical session would go, or like the creative process from like animation to voice to screen, then corrections. It's really like fascinating, and it's really cool to hear like how particular and how specific and how careful and precious we are about this franchise and the characters and all the love and work that goes into it. And it's really clear on like when you see it on the screen, it's so clear. So it's super cool how much time and attention goes into Shadow. And like, you know, it's cool that the events of this game, I'm sure, alter how like you've played Shadow, and probably have altered how you're going to play Shadow, like moving forward, right?
Oh,
So
that's true.
that's super awesome.
Because he actually didn't know much about Shadow. He didn't realize how big Shadow was until years after he had already been cast as Shadow. And he was like, oh, people really like Shadow. I guess Shadow's a really popular character. And I'm like, that's why, even though I wasn't satisfied with his voice, and I really would have rather them cast someone else. I'm like, but he had potential, he just wasn't doing it, and it wasn't entirely his fault. I'm like, he doesn't know how Shadow's supposed to sound, you know? He doesn't know anything about Shadow. He's been given lines where Shadow's like halfway comedic sometimes. And it's like, this is giving him the opportunity to learn, like, oh, this is actually Shadow's backstory that all the fans already know about, that you're going to be re-portraying. And it's like, oh, he has like an actual serious backstory, not just like a parody of one. And I feel like it does probably affect how he plays Shadow going forward, because he's like learning about the character, and he's like, oh, this is why he's popular, you know? And it showed, because in that one line, I swear, I know like I'm making a big deal out of it, but when he does good as Shadow, like I'm pretty passionate about it, you know? And I'm like, that's it. You nailed it, you know? Like there were some parts where it's like, no, this is not the right voice for Shadow. But then when you get the right voice for Shadow, and it's like, there it is. It's the potential that was always there. You always had it, and you can do it, you know? It makes me happy.
Awesome. But I want to take this over to Stephanie. Yeah. Stephanie, Maria is so integral and so important to Shadow's story. She's such a beloved character.
Ooh, that's interesting artwork. And also interesting too, because Stephanie only voiced Xena before, and I thought that was such wasted potential given her notoriety. I'm like, come on, you're gonna use her just for this? And so I
wait,
think
hold on.
Maria's a good use of this voice actress.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the updated design just a wee bit, because compared to like the previous ones, they're not bad, but
No, I
recent,
agree. She's never
recent
really looked,
model just pops.
Maria has never really looked good, except like in our imaginations, like in Sonic X, because like in SA2 she looked like a Barbie doll, and I thought she was much older. And then in Shadow the Hedgehog, I could tell she was younger, but I thought she was like 14 or something. And her hair looks shorter, and her eyes are just too big, and I don't know, her forehead is big. But in the Sonic Channel artwork and in this animation, I'm like, oh, that looks kind of like how we all thought Maria actually looked. She doesn't look 12 though. She looks like she's 14.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she voiced Xena. Interesting. Glad she's getting a bigger role. I know, right?
You hear that? Look at her. No, don't say she looks like Aaron.
Oh my.
Because we know. How did you step into her character? How did you find her voice?
I really, thankfully, had, you know, our voice director, Jack Fletcher, and the entire Sonic team. There was a lot of faces on a Zoom call when we were recording, and they had so much insight, and they helped guide me in terms of, like, performance. I think for me, I was, like, mostly focusing on things like her age and then also her, like, illness, right? Because the illness can be, like, a real trap. Because she has these excited emotions and these concerned emotions, or, you know, not giving my story, there's certain things that happen, but, like, you're not always, like, I'm weak and sick. Like you have to kind of like gauge when that comes through and when it's not appropriate, when the emotion is so big that it kind of like overrides whatever like physical weakness she might be feeling. And like Kirk said, we actually, which doesn't happen a lot. I don't know if you guys know this. Like when we record other video games, it really doesn't happen a lot. You go in there and you do your lines and you're like, bye. And then that's it. And then like months later it comes out. And like they brought us back and we redid the scenes like sometimes 3 times, or more, because they would tweak things, or they would, and sometimes it was for some kind of like physical element of the action, but other times it was like tweaking the character.
Okay, what I really like about hearing this is it sounds to me like they're actually putting care into the quality of whatever it is they're doing, rather than just being like, yeah, whatever, we'll work with it. And that's good, because it's like, hey, Sonic's paving the way for the industries. Kind of like how it was abnormal for them to redesign Sonic before the first movie. And it was like, yeah, but they did it.
Sorry, what?
I was like, Gio, are you there?
Sorry, I zoned out for a second.
I was talking about how they were saying that they actually get brought back to redo some lines after working on some of the game, where usually when they voice for a video game, you just voice it and you leave and that's it. And the fact that they're bringing them back, I'm saying, to me, is a good thing, because it's showing that they're putting care and consideration into the quality of whatever it is that they're doing. Yeah, and the fact that it's not the norm, but they're doing that, I'm like, oh, that's like a really cool thing. And it makes me think of like how they redesigned Sonic for the movie, even though that's not really a normal practice either in the movie industry.
Because the fans went really ballistic once we got Real Teeth Sonic.
Yeah,
I'd say
I
the backlash
think it's a
was
good
just
thing.
So, yeah, it is, because it shows that the fans care about changes like this. So the fact that they had the VAs come back to redo some of the lines, it's like, okay, just to be safe, we're gonna do another take.
Because you know what they did with Sonic Adventure 2, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I remember bringing it up while we were playing it, but there are some lines that Shadow says that are voiced by Ryan Drummond.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's right, you did.
Yeah, and he explained it too. I think he told it to me in person as well, but he explained it in a panel that I saw on YouTube, and he mentioned about how what happened was David Humphrey had already recorded all of his lines, and if he had come back just to do the 2 or 3 lines that he missed, they would have to pay him the price of a full session, and they didn't want to pay all that extra money just for those few lines. So they asked Ryan Drummond if he could do an impression of David Humphrey while he was recording his lines for Sonic. So that's what happened. I also found out that at the time they didn't want any voice actors voicing more than one character, and that apparently they weren't happy about the fact that I guess under the table he ended up playing as Knuckles in Sonic Shuffle, but like under a different name.
Yeah.
So that's funny. And now look at it. Now like so many of the voice actors have voiced multiple characters.
Yep.
Ryan Drummond has voiced Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, Metal Sonic. I guess that's it. David Humphrey voiced Shadow, and now Knuckles unofficially in Sonic and Tails R. And then Jason Griffith voiced Sonic, Shadow, Jet, and minor characters, I guess. And
yep.
I know Dan Green has voiced Knuckles, Mephiles, Storm, Vector at some point, and I'm not sure who else. But there's a lot, yeah. Oh, wait, let me get back on the tab so I can play this.
Like that. So I really relied on them, and they were really great. In terms of her sweetness, you know, like, that was easy for me.
You do play a lot of like very
Shit,
sweet
voices
characters.
stuff like
Like,
that
I
anyways.
don't know if you could tell this, but like, I believe what's really funny. I have a really good friend. She's the complete opposite of me, and we're best friends. She's like, all humans are bad. You know, of course this person was
So
bad.
Shadow?
Yeah. And I'm like, no, everyone has the capacity for change. I believe that there's goodness in people.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it,
Here's the
Maria?
thing.
Can you
I
hear it?
really do believe that. So even like when the world is going crazy and like you're seeing horrible videos of people, and I'm really like, everyone can change. Like I really believe that. So yeah.
So it sounds like you were perfect.
Amy.
You were like the perfect. You're a perfect choice for
I
the
can
role.
relate in terms of that.
And from what I know about like you as an artist, like when you were talking about like performing with the specificity and things like that, you were very specific and like juggling. I'm sure like juggling like the illness.
You know what's kind of weird is Sonic Frontiers, to a mild degree, makes me think of like Sonic Adventure, because there's like that weird openness to like explore, and even the title Sonic Frontiers, Sonic Adventure, like come on. And now Sonic X Shadow Generations. I know it's based like around Generations, but it's funny because it kind of brings us back to like Sonic Adventure 2.
Yep. It always comes back
and
to
like
Sonic
how
Adventure
to
2.
weave that into your performance was something super specific, and so I really am like in awe of like how you can do that, you know. I'm sure it'll like give her a lot of really cool like nuance, which I'm looking forward to seeing. Was there any like challenges about balancing those emotions with the physicality, like in the performances, and like, you know, how did you explore like Maria as a character alongside that?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was the hardest thing, is like balancing like the illness and the emotional moments. And honestly, I relied on the team to really guide me, because like they had a much clearer vision than I did in terms of like how the scenes were playing out and what the moments needed. In terms of the pressure, I'm a little bit of a newbie to this whole universe. I had no clue until when they said that I was going to be on this panel, and I started getting text messages from people like telling me like how important this role is, you know, and don't mess it up. And I mean, by then I already did it, you know.
Right.
So I was like, oh gosh, I'm so glad I didn't know, because I think if I knew, I would have so much pressure, you know. And luckily I just could just be in the world, listen to the direction, and you know, without having to be like, oh no, don't mess it up, you know. So
I think that's something we as actors always feel whenever we do anything. It's always like, I hope I don't ruin this. I know a lot of people like.
I feel like there's a lot of like actors who are probably like bigger voice actors and stuff. They come onto Sonic and be like, oh yeah, I know Sonic. It's iconic. They're thinking something like Mario, and then it's like, by the way, you probably don't know this, but Sonic has a huge fan base, and they're extremely passionate.
Mm-hmm.
It's toxic. So there's like, oh, what have I done?
Like this thing.
It's fine.
You know?
I think most of the A's
I'm
know
sure
the risk.
I think they know the risk, but they probably aren't anticipating like how big of a series it is. Because I'm thinking that based on like what I've heard a lot of the actors say in the past, like I've heard Roger Craig Smith say that too. Like when he first became like the voice of Sonic, he didn't realize like how huge like and passionate the fan base was. And yeah, so it's the same. Well, most of the voice actors when they join, they're just like they're introduced to the stuff that we all already know.
You killed it. I'm sure you did amazing. Oh, wow. I should have. Okay, Kirk, Stephanie, from each of your perspectives, how would you guys describe the relationship between
Okay, so we saw
Shadow
that
and
already.
Maria?
So let me see if there's something else that I skipped earlier. Let's see, it was before Terios, right?
When you were
I'm not sure, man. In fact, you said this was going to be a short stream.
It's pretty short. It's not like it's 8 hours.
So to some
Still 2 hours.
大きなソニックと
Woo!
2 hours of information you didn't know. You wouldn't have known about
Gigantic fan
the
of
coming soon
That's
character.
fair. That's fair.
You wouldn't have known about
Sonic
Tabuki Shadow.
these different-
Now I can't get that image out of my head.
まあ
Spawn, who's like a. I think it's really cool to have characters like Spawn, who's like.
No, that was the beginning of it. Okay, so I'm not missing too much. I think
And
this
rounding
is-
out our panel, the
So
incredible
then,
directors
let me
at
go
Studio
back to
Gig
the
X,
actual
Alan
animation
Wan,
real quick, and
Christopher.
see if they have anything
Be
to
the
say.
ultimate life form.
Please enjoy.
Shock, are you there? Because if you're there, this would be a good time to watch this video.
Come on, Chuck. Stay with us.
And this time I'll be playing it with without blocking the screen so much. So yeah. And you can see through the chat, so that helps.
Yep.
Well, he's either here, he's not. But I'm gonna watch it again real quick regardless.
Enjoy.
Professor
One
Gerald
more
made me the
time.
ultimate life form. I should be the key to all manner of medicines, curing you.
You and Grandfather are doing your best. I'm just as happy to spend time with you here while you both research. That robot was heading towards Grandfather's lab. Shadow, you have to save him!
I'll handle this. Just wait here. I'll be back. I promise.
Oh my gosh.
There we go, we did it again. It's awesome. There's the poster. Also, Mocha just started freaking out and crying in the background. I guess he saw one of the other cats outside. So you might hear that, you might not.
Wow. I have chills.
Good,
Wow.
we needed some chills because
That
it's been
was an
hot
exclusive
around here.
preview of Sonic X Shadows Generations Dark Beginnings from Studio Gig X. Give it up for them, guys. I mean,
Wait, hold on.
I mean,
Studio Gig. I need to look them up real quick. I need to see what they worked
it's like,
on.
remember, Christopher.
So, when Sega was looking to create these animated shorts to retell Shadow's past for Sonic X Shadow Generations, when we met with executive producer Yukio Kusumoto, he specifically asked for something that's unique and a little bit different, departure of the past iterations. And so Sega had a kind of envisioned something that's a bit edgier, something that's a cross between anime and Western animation. And the three of us here all worked on Rise of the TMNT.
Oh, what?
That's what.
And so
hold
we
on.
felt very
What?
confident that we can do this because we're
Wait a-
dying to make some real anime.
Yeah.
So when we, you gotta
Let them cook.
Yeah. But anyways, so we received this really great script written by Ian Flynn, and we were thrilled to have the opportunity to explore a bit more of a darker, more intimate story about Shadow's past. So yeah, we were super excited about this, but we were only the pre-production side of the puzzle. We also have a partnering studio named Studio Simage that does the production work for us. led by Matthew Chow, and you know, the stuff that you just saw, like we were able to have a vision, but to execute it, it requires a lot of technical know-how. So we were very happy to have them to be our partners. And their production manager, Ruth Seek, is among the audience, please, over there.
Yeah.
Image, you guys
Thank
killed
you so
it.
much.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
give it
much.
up for the production managers.
Hey, good job, production manager.
Cool. Challenging or
like so, as we all know, Shadow's a very dark, brooding, lone wolf. What I say, emo character. Right? So as such, like during the story process, a lot of attention was like paid to the overall feel and the mood of these shots. So when you watch the animation, like you'll see a lot more moody shots. We thought it was a great opportunity to like reveal a more personal side of Shadow that's rarely seen, and it's something we feel the audience has been kind of wanting to see for a very long time.
Tangible aspects of his visual persona on screen. A lot of his powers and abilities, you know, you play them in game, you see them in cutscenes, but how would they look in a cinematic representation? And so the expansion on that was essentially, our approach was to ask ourselves the question of like, you know, how is the air displaced when Shadow exits a room super quickly? What does it sound like when his boots activate? Is it automatic? Is it sensed from the friction or from the speed? Does it create heat? All of those really like intricate questions helped us structure and design a new sort of in-depth take on.
Also, I tried looking up the list of what Studio Gigas worked on. I'm not getting anywhere. So,
from a technical standpoint, like for the quiet,
the fact that they did Rise of the TMNT, it's like
placement of the camera,
okay,
definitely see it.
That's cool.
More like we wanted acting to be like felt, you know, with
for ideas to make sure that it not only motivates your character, but you have to ask yourself, you know, how does a character react to a decision?
Yeah, so they're just talking about like how animation works, basically.
You know, give him like a lot more emotion and dynamics, and it creates a very nuanced character, and so it just makes me really excited to watch. And like,
well, either way, good job, guys. You did a cool animation. Voice actors did a good job, and it all was really cool to see.
Especially for Kevin, I can't wait to see all three. I am gonna stay plugged.
I know you're excited.
Thank you so much.
Sonic X Shadow Generation, Dark Beginnings, but we'll get there.
And everyone, please stay tuned. Stay tuned into Sega and their channel for everyone.
Is that the end of their podcast?
Zephyrs.
Oh, the Q&A
the end of the panel.
You know, the chili dog's kind of you know, it's junk food.
I think the Q&A section is something that we can all experience individually on our own. So,
indeed,
you just search up Anime Expo. You go to their Anime Expo Light 2024 Day 3, and you will find this whole of how long is this? It is an 11-hour long stream. So
I don't got time for that.
I don't know if it's still going. It might still be going. Because it was still live when we started this, actually. Like the expo stream was actually still going, and I had to go back to where the shadow portion was. But yeah, if you guys are interested in those things, you can watch it yourselves. You don't watch it all 11 hours straight through. That's not good for your blood. But you know, maybe you can come back to it, scrub through it, find highlights, find people reacting to it, or join streams with people doing exactly what we just did here today as a community, as a family. So, where is Hailey? She walked away.
Oh well. Probably got stuck in a tree or something.
I know, but she doesn't even have legs.
She's also a potato cat.
A potato.
Since she has no arms, she can just simply reach.
She is a Ray cat.
Okay, sorry, Ray cat. Still, she can just float her arms up and just pull herself up into a tree.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if she'll come back so that we can end the stream here. It hasn't been 2 hours yet. It's about to be 2 hours. Hailey, come back. We got 35 seconds. Hailey, if you're watching this on your phone, can you come back, please? I'm trying to think of a song that basically exudes like "Where are you" energies.
Oh, I got Scooby Dooby Doo. Where are you?
I might just have to end it without her. I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
All right, bye everybody, and be like, bye, I'm Marie Cat, bye. That's my impression of her. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to talk about right now. Oh, except for one little thing, and it's news that came out a few days ago, and it's not the biggest news, but it's cool. It's related to this game, but it's not related to the general topic, and that's me just covering all bases, so I don't have to do something about it later. But just throwing this out there in case you didn't know, there's actually so far 3 revealed skins so far for the game, and Terios being Shadow's alternate skin, Sonic Adventure 1 model being Sonic's alternate skin, and the Sonic Jam model being Classic Sonic's alternate skin. So
Sonic Jam? Are you serious?
Yeah. Wait, did you not know this? Or are you,
oh boy.
Are you playing along?
No, I legit didn't know about it.
You really?
Look, I have been busy trying to keep tabs on everything. My brain can only take so much.
I'm not going to look up anything that's like too crazy or whatever. Just trying to find it. There you go. Here she is. So yeah. Hi. Oh, what the heck? But yeah, we're about to leave. I just mentioned real quick because Gio didn't know that...
I cannot believe it.
This is someone else's channel, Stickman Guides. But
our prayers have been answered because Sonic X Shadow Generation.
There we go. So yeah, if you subscribe to their emails, whatever and stuff, by November 1st, 2024, you can receive the Sonic Jam Legacy skin from, it says, inspired by Sonic's first 3D appearance. Which is weird, because what about Sonic R? But whatever. Or maybe they're just saying Sonic R, Sonic Jam, Sonic Fighters are all generally similar. But this is the skin that you can play as for Classic Sonic. A recreation of that old model. So there you go. Neat. And Hailey is back. Hi, Hailey.
Hi.
So with that being said, now we can officially conclude the stream. Yeah, Gio?
Yes, we can conclude. We are 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah, we did it. Just like the old school days.
2 hours stream.
Except it was just... Yeah.
It's decently short. It's not too bad. So,
I wish more people were still joining in.
And left already, thanks for watching before you had to leave. For those of you who are watching right now, thank you for watching right now. And for those of you who are watching after the fact, thank you for watching after the fact. Leave a comment, please, because that's the only way we're going to be able to see it and be able to respond, and I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. If you don't comment, then whatever. My feelings won't be hurt. But you have corn?
Yes, indeed.
Smells corny. So, Gio was like, I'm not expecting that roll of events. But yeah, so if you leave a comment, that does leave something for us to kind of continue the conversation. And then, I'm going to go ahead and be a beggar and say go ahead and like and subscribe, because I don't usually say that, but you know what? Today I'm going to. And that's a request, not a command. Otherwise,
exactly.
We're done here today. We can go about our lives, until the next big thing happens, which is probably going to be in like 2 weeks or less, because they keep just pumping stuff out. I'm telling you.
This is the year of Shadow.
I know these two comments aren't like combined, but it's funny reading the chat and seeing Shock say, "Hooray! Smells corny." But yeah, again, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.